we don't acknowledge January 1st because it's within a week of Christmas.
Greg's calendar.
It's a waste of time. It's poor holiday management.
This isn't Greg's calendar. This is Call Your Own Foul calendar.
Call Your Own Foul. Yeah, this is.
But Greg's been complaining about the calendar, I think, since like 5th grade. So
I'm consistent. If I'm nothing else.
And it's like the calendar's the calendar. Like I don't,
This is March 1st.
What is the history of the first day of the year? Why do we choose?
Because
period, like where it's at.
Great question, Greg. We'll try to explain.
I just outlined that 6 days after Christmas is a little bit quick to have another major holiday. It's in the middle of winter. It's late at night. It's cold. Not well scheduled.
Yeah.
Right now, wouldn't you rather celebrate the new year springing into summer? Why would you start it in the middle of winter? They're named. You spring into summer.
Greg has a campaign to change the calendar going on. Here. Call Your Own Found calendar.
Spring into summer.
We should get them printed.
Fall into winter. Why are we starting the new year when everyone's cold?
Yeah. Okay, so we have to do all of our...
We already jacked the prices for Christmas. You got your Hallmark holiday in.
So we have to do all of our New Year stuff now, like Person of the Year. That's what you were talking about before.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Traditionally, we have done this. I think I forgot one year.
Okay.
I forgot my own calendar.
It happens because it's not real.
What I'm saying is, year one, person of the year, because you can't do man of the year because that's sexist.
Right.
Dave Portnoy.
Okay.
Year number 2, Joe Rogan. That was when Spotify signed him to be independent.
Okay.
He spoke out against.
Why can't you do man of the year?
It's person of the year.
Why can't you just?
We might have to start doing both genders.
And
then the question is, are we holding people to their gender? Because Leah Thomas, she's done great things in the swimming world for male, female.
See, I would nominate Caitlyn Jenner year after year as woman of the year.
Wait till you hear year 4's nominee. And no one, I don't know, like you guys can appeal my decision, but I can just ignore it. So
seems like fair rules of government. I mean, that's basically what we have going on right now.
It's just like Capitol Hill.
Okay.
You can say something, and if it moves me, I'll change it. We'll wait until the end. We'll wait until the end. I didn't get into who's year 3. Elon buying X, setting Twitter as an actual free speech platform.
Theoretically.
Okay, but these are the 3 people of the year. Moving forward, Happy New Year's, everybody. It's March 1st. Mm-hmm. We just suffer an extra day of February.
Yeah, it was leap year.
Happy leap year. Mm-hmm. When's April Fool's Day? Worst question I ever asked in the history of this show.
I think it's kind of rhetorical.
Yeah, let me get to the list here.
Greg's easily fooled that day.
We're supposed to keep it light and fluffy in the beginning, remember?
The first week of business.
Yeah, let's not hop into Hunter right now. I see Hunter on that paper.
All over. Hunter? There's Hunter all over.
80 pages.
They just put out his transcripts. Within the last 12 hours, I got 220 pages of Hunter Biden's transcript.
Look, you just got him going, Craig.
260 of Jim Biden. All in the last 12.
The brother, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Joe's brother.
Joe's brother, yeah.
There's a little teaser. Listen to the end.
There's a little teaser for you.
I haven't read it. I haven't read enough yet to get too far into it.
Okay,
That's just
good.
I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the throes of it. Sorry if I'm a little off right now. Stay tuned
for more.
Let's stick in my lane.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Do we want to go into AI?
Yeah, I'm down to talk AI.
Okay. Did you see the racist Google?
What?
They wouldn't make like they asked to put a picture of a founding father, and they wouldn't make a white guy.
On what show?
No, this is Google's AI Gemini.
Okay.
They started a virtual, like, digital AI.
Okay.
And it became a thing that they wouldn't make images of white people. It's just odd. They pulled it off the market. They're going to be coming back with something.
Well, is there deeper questions to AI? Like, is it going to take over the workforce? Is that kind of what you're getting to with this?
I think the question is what data model it's based off of. Is whether are we going to have a liberal AI versus a conservative AI?
So this AI that hates white people.
Google.
Who's programming it? Is
Google.
That Google?
Google, yeah. And
Google's won't make white people in AI.
When you look at Google has been tinkering with the search engines to artificially promote some things and demote others for the past 10 years. So
they gather your user data and then, target based on that.
It's really a garbage search engine.
When it just sucked up advertising from every other form,
and bent the knee whenever requested by our intelligence agencies. Mm-hmm. Like that's
are there better alternatives for real? Because I've tried other ones, but I always end up back at Google. It's like a drug or something.
Other like search engines?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even their products like Gmail and like their Google Docs and all that, it's like it works better than Microsoft's. Hate to break it to you, you know. So,
no,
I mean, but I think the deeper question with AI is like, how many jobs is it going to eventually disrupt? You know, like all creative people, for lack of a better part. You know what I mean? So
let's do that. Straight.
Do you think the AI can actually get better than a person?
I think it already is.
At taking orders,
I would say.
Okay, at taking orders at a restaurant, would you rather have a person to have their memory, write it down, go to a machine and punch it in, or would you rather just have the customer upload an app on their phone, punch in their exact order?
That's not really AI though. I mean, I'm talking like you could tell AI to make me a commercial for Call Your Own Foul, and then it would just happen.
Marketing.
And we would, there is no, like, normally you'd have to pay somebody to put all that together for you and everything. Exactly. You know, so that's.
But there's still going to be programmer jobs that are going to be created.
Yeah, but like.
There'll be people who use the AI.
Yeah.
They're always going to develop ways to work.
And that's true, but like there's just going to be less people overall because now you can just like skip a person. Like AI is basically like skip a step. Like something you would normally have to pay somebody to do, like it's just AI handles that, and that's it. So, which I guess you got to pay for AI, but like my cousin's a videographer, and he's like, yeah, 5 years, like that's it. Like we won't have a job because I go shoot, video because you could just have it created in AI, and it's like that. I don't even think it uses like stock footage. Like AI just creates it. It's kind of weird. It's like all ad copy, like anything for a website or anything like that's all just going to be auto-generated, which is fine, but that's getting rid of a job, so that's my biggest thing is like, how's it going to disrupt things,
and it's getting rid of jobs that everyone told people to go to college for.
Like, okay, to use your example about like screwing up, like if you have AI code,
it just
like
seems
a website, like it won't be wrong, but if Greg does it and misses like one, little apostrophe somewhere in the code, then you have to go back and find it. It's a whole thing.
But even when you're doing a website now, though, I mean, for the most part, you don't really have to code too much.
Not too much.
They have it auto-generated now.
And you still have to have people like build the platforms to be able to do it on, like WordPress and like all the plugins, and it's a whole complicated thing. I worked that world for a couple years, but like one of my big jobs was I was writing for website. Like I was the copy guy. So anytime we get a website or anything like that, it was 300 words a page. So it's like, is that job's going away for sure?
Think media. How like the value of having someone go to a high school football game and give a box score. You can feed the stat line to AI. And they can give you an accurate.
It's just automatic. There's no manual process anymore.
So how many? Yeah. And now what I was more. So I think journalism is how many jobs will be taken by the ability of the machine to tell the story of what happened.
All creative classes, writing included. Journalism.
Politics, speechwriters,
probably
researchers,
all that.
Background checkers, all these people, all the staffers. You talking our congressmen. Like, these people are hiring 50 to 100 people.
Yeah.
I mean,
it could morph. It could morph. Like, you might, like, the market could change, and then you end up needing more people to help in this area.
And it will. It will evolve in a way. But the end route, if you're looking at this 5-10 years from now.
Well, it's efficiency.
How many staffers do you think your House of Representatives should be paying? Yes, they make $100,000 a year. But they also employ 50 people who are all also making six-figure contracts.
I think Pennsylvania has the largest paid legislature in the whole United States.
There's a reason people take these positions. But the problem is like we don't get high-quality people because when you get somebody who actually has some money, they start getting sued and everything.
Well, it's just you become an easy target. So, But yeah, I don't know. Like AI is never replacing Craig's job. That's what he's about over there talking about. He's like, I get up on them stilts. Oh, we should talk about the stilts.
I was about to say I'll be hiring to anybody who's losing their job from AI.
Is there a way to dub that in?
Yeah, I could play the video over top somewhere.
Okay, so like if we talk about it now and then you can.
Do you want to preface it or?
Yeah, no.
If it's working, you're watching the video right now.
So Craig had these things that look like kangaroo jumpers.
Stilts.
I'll play the video after.
Stilts.
Let's let him explain.
That he gets up on for drywall purposes and finishing ceilings.
I just got them.
What a normal person would use a ladder for. No, they invented this thing a while ago. You gotta shaped like this. and you go up one step at a time, and then you reach up, and that's how you paint the wall. No, Craig wanted like these like Michael Jordan Space Jam. I'm gonna walk around and be able to dunk the ceiling.
And then he gets on them, and he's like, "They're so easy. They're an extension of my body." And
he
then
takes
boom,
2 steps, and all of a sudden, we're just, oh my god,
the pressure was
Joe
on.
Biden. Joe Biden's on the ground. His feet aren't working. It's just he's down.
Man down.
He's down.
Man down.
He's down.
I should have
thought that was like a
that would have killed Joe Biden.
That would have killed Joe Biden.
When you look at it, he ties his like knees in, so his whole legs are locked. So it's like once you start falling, you just have to like stay still and like.
There's nothing you can do.
No, timber.
Well, the problem was I forgot to tie my left one in, so it came loose, and that was actually the issue. That it wasn't tied in. But
so is that you were too confident?
I got too cocky there, I think.
Okay. And so he's like, I've done this twice before, and I walked back and forth in the room.
I'm a pro. I tried this. Whoa, I just almost hit the camera.
I did it.
I tried this 10 times.
Sign me up for the circus.
In the right lens, like it's focused.
Yeah, we're good.
Sign me up for the circus.
I did it for like probably like 4 hours, 2 different nights. So I felt pretty confident with it.
You had done it.
But then I just eat it right there.
Look at Craig go.
This is as backwards of approach as I've ever seen in my life. We got it. I think we see my video.
We're gonna try this one more time.
I did this like 10 times. That was the first time I felt it.
That was perfect. Here we go.
The first time was a little more sketchy because I didn't know how to get up on them.
I don't know why you'd ever tried this.
Because this dude, it saved me so much time.
This thing, I was standing by a ladder.
Yeah, but you had to move the ladder around.
Well, don't you have one of those drywall?
What are you doing on those things?
Don't you have one of these those drywall stands?
I have a drywall lift.
Like a lift, yeah.
I just think tying.
This is for finishing.
I get putting your feet on the pogo stick. I don't understand tying your ankle in like that.
It's so that it stays to you. It won't stay to your bone.
Yeah, it stays to you to the ground.
The reason I fell is because it wasn't connected. Right.
There you go. Let's see. Do we got a professional job here?
I guess we'll walk around it. It's actually like really easy.
This is incredible. Every time you say how easy it is, you almost kill yourself.
Are we in your head right now, Trey? I wouldn't have put those things.
Dude, I was like whipping around here by myself.
Do you want to say something to the camera after your defeat?
That was my first fall, and that was almost my second.
He was nervous. He was under pressure.
Okay, how quickly can we do a circle around the table?
I don't know. There's shit in the way.
Here we go. Here we go.
That's part of the obstacles. Yeah.
Well, I was kind of worried coming over here because I didn't want to step on that curve. But like, look how easy this is. I can just like do the whole ceiling without having to get down. I just take
makes sense to me.
I take a paint roller, put a paint roller brush, and dip it in the bucket.
Dip it in the bucket.
Roll it a bunch, and then just skim it. But I have to fix like a bunch of the drywall. You could see like where it's thicker. Those idiot boomers don't know how to do anything right. Right there.
Bad.
Of course, on camera.
And Greg somehow had the wherewithal to get this on video.
That was excellent. That was great.
My commentary. This is one of those live events. It's like I knew this was going to happen. And it's just that I couldn't figure out how to work the camera. So it's like classic me being a Luddite. But
the question
no,
is,
we got him. We got him.
Could AI have done it better, Craig?
Could
like,
I have?
You know, could
No,
you had an AI robot?
AI would have had cameras
so.
in each corner, and we have this from 4 angles of Craig just tipping directly.
But I'd have like 6 fingers on each hand or something.
No, we got like the 2014 footage of
this happening.
Those AI stuff, a lot of times they have like little defects and stuff. They're like weird.
They're called hallucinations.
They add those into them?
Just like a person, just like a person has. It's just a misinterpretation of the question. No. Like there's right now there's a whole field that I'm not going to say anything more than AI modeling. Is you teach it.
Yeah.
And you try and code it. Yeah. I don't know how to do that.
You like coax it to creating whatever you want it to.
That to me.
Do we have any Star Trek fans out there? Because this is like there's always this like computer in Star Trek.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you did. Nice. Live long and prosper.
Come on. Let's get together.
Yeah, you got to be able to do both hands at once. Come on.
Get the fuckers. No.
But like that was the computer on the Enterprise. Like that was the ultimate AI. Mm-hmm. You would have these like conversations with it until it would spit out this miraculous technological answer. And I think that's like what we're trying to get to with AI. It's just like we're obviously not where like Star Trek was set in, you know. Mm-hmm. So still trying to do Live Long and Prosper over there.
Did you do that?
I think, yeah. Why would you not be able to do that?
We're in his head.
I can only get one side. As soon as I move one over.
This is why he can't even. He has trouble operating doors.
Greg's never been very coordinated. Like at times.
No, I would say hand-eye coordination, even in baseball. That's not my.
He could roll a ball pretty good.
My thing. Yeah,
he was good at that. He learned that one at a young age and stuck with it.
Different skill set.
It's all the follow through. So
different skill set.
What else are we talking about on this mysterious pad of yours over here, Greg?
Omnibus fail.
Omnibus?
Yes. Right now, we keep getting this issue where the Senate passes a bill. It's 50-50 split, basically, in the Senate.
Okay.
Where they want to fund more $60 billion to Ukraine.
Right.
$30 billion to Israel.
Yeah.
And like $10 billion to $20 billion to the wall. Mm-hmm. And the Democrats are trying to frame it as, listen, we want to fix the wall, but you won't
just seem like it seemed like a true compromise. So it's like obviously this is going to be too good to be true. But
why?
Trump was the one that torpedoed it.
That's the narrative.
Like we're going to elect him president, so then when he becomes president, he can do the deal and take the credit for it. Or
I would say more than Trump, the populist base, like through social media.
Yeah, well they just
nobody supports this war, specifically in Ukraine. Israel is a little split. When you go to the Democratic Party, they're more pro-Palestine. Like that's where you had the big news from Michigan was 100,000 people voted uncommitted out of 600,000 total votes.
Yeah, but we're a nation of free religion, so it's just always going to happen. You know, like you're always going to have some sector pissed off because America is such a mixture of everybody else from the world. So that's what makes voting so important. But if you really want your voice to be heard, you have to get legal and vote. The question is if you're looking at this uncommitted and where their vote's going to move in the general election, don't you think RFK is kind of providing a little more of an outlet? I don't know. Outlet how? Like. Dramatic pause.
Yeah, because it's an odd stance that Biden is in, and you don't really know where to put him. Where it's like the situation between Palestine and eastern Ukraine is very similar. They're both based off of they want to be ruled independently of a government that is trying to hold them.
So you're in favor of the torpedo deal, then? Is that what you're saying?
Like, you know. My question is if you take the partisan politics out of it, wouldn't it be better to vote for all three of them separately?
Well, yeah, I know, but this is, again...
It could be that way.
This is how it's... You could,
the Speaker of the House, and that's what Mike Johnson is asking.
They could just choose not to vote
Democrats,
on it, though.
Maybe we agree. There might be enough Republicans to side with Democrats to get Ukraine their funding.
Yeah.
But all the politicians want is the way that you go to your supporters is you say, listen... I was willing to vote. I'm pro Eastern Ukrainian separatists.
Yeah.
I'm not sending any money to Israel or Hamas. And I want the money that you want to spend there, I'm going to put on the border. So I'm trying to end the two feuds we have, the border disputes that we have against Russia. And let's ironize our southern border.
Biden and Trump were both in Texas today. I think
they had a dueling. That's where I was going at.
Trips to the.
They had dueling rally and
see, I get that point. Like, do it in like separately and everything, but it's all going to be quid quo pro anyways. It's all going to be like, I'll still only vote for the Ukraine funding if you fund Israel type of deal.
It wasn't always
like all those conversations are going to be back channeled anyways. So I just
that's why I said the omnibus though. Is because this was not always a thing. When we were kids in the 90s, This is just a thing of the Harry Reid. He started blowing up the filibuster.
They would sneak things in the other bills.
This idea that you can pass a bill at 51% by combining a whole bunch of other they call it log rolling.
Yeah, you get it.
I do for you. You do
add
for
on.
me.
You add on. These are the compromises that are made along the way. But it's just a really fancy contract. That's all it really is.
It results in garbage policies.
No, it results in money coming from the federal government out to other places. So
that's in the best interest of us.
Well, that's the debate, so.
Yes, I'm positing that would not.
Yeah. No, I mean, to be like more maybe 10,000 feet up about it, I just think the Republicans have their strongest argument when they want to say America first, and it's just keep that money domestically, do things like the wall first before anything else, and maybe that's a way out of this. Maybe that's a compromise. Like, let's make the wall more of a priority, get that done before the election, and sew that up so it's not as much of an election point. And then, you fight out the other wars, as they go. So
just keep fighting the wars.
There's a bunch of other interests out there in the world keeping this war funded, so it's not like it's totally dependent on America. But
you are a John Fetterman Democrat.
Am I?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I troll him on social media, so I follow a social media post, and sometimes he gets popular because you can either really hate him because he sounds like an idiot, or when he says something that you agree with, it's like, look, even the brain dead guy agrees with me. So it's like he has that double wild card feel to him.
I think you made that joke about him before.
No, I've made multiple jokes. John Fetterman is my... If I'm running for Senate, it's because I'll run against him in 4 years. But that's a long time away. Why was I referring to him? Oh, yeah, because you're a John... just because you're also a Nikki Haley Republican. So, wait, how do we...
Nikki Haley.
He's a John Fetterman Democrat and a Nikki Haley Republican. He's basically Hillary Clinton with dark brown hair. I made that joke before.
Okay. Call your foul, ladies and gentlemen. Call your foul.
I've been... You just swapped it.
I feel like we haven't done...
There's memes out now where they just kind of make Hillary's face with Nikki's hair or Nikki's face with Hillary's hair, and it's like, they are...
I think we haven't done an actual call your own foul for a while.
No, we have... After we're doing the New Year's.
Okay.
I'll announce who our winner is. Let me run through the end of...
What do you mean by regular?
Like we used to call your own foul, being like, "Oh, last episode I said."
Yes.
And
even going back to the last year, predictions
like
I made, I thought Joe Biden would have been pulled by now. He hasn't.
Yeah, that's a call your own foul.
We'll collect all that. Let me finish up the main political angle, and then we'll do a fun episode after that. Nikki Haley, though. If you really wanted to make Super Tuesday, which is coming up in 3 days, it's going to be, we're recording this on Friday, March 1st. Mm-hmm. Happy New Year. Tuesday is going to be the day.
No one's going down to
So what's your prediction for Super Tuesday then?
Well, what I would like to see is, I know Trump is going to pummel Nikki Haley.
Okay.
What would be ideal for Republicans if they could take the Rush Limbaugh approach and Nikki Haley drop out and they vote in half of the states, or you can vote in whatever primary you want. So Republicans can vote for Democrats. Democrats can vote for Republicans.
Right.
That's why Nikki Haley did like 40% in South Carolina.
Because she was able to pull Democrats.
Half of her votes were Democrats that knew there was...
Which, again, has always been my argument for her, because I think if she ran against Biden, she's pulling more Democratic votes and has a better chance of winning.
She should be running as a Democrat against Joe Biden, if that's really the ticket she belongs to. But so we saw her... She managed to get.
She's 40%. A Republican. That's like she's always been a Republican.
Yeah,
it's just there's no way to position her for a one-on-one face-off.
Nicaragua. Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great candidate. I get distracted every time I gotta try and. Right? Yeah. No, I'm not a nonpartisan. She's garbage. Okay. She should be dropped out, and Republicans should be free to vote in the Democratic primary. If they sided with the
why.
Because there is what happened in Michigan just a couple of nights ago is 14% of the whole electorate, 110,000 people, voted uncommitted over Joe Biden. That's like basically saying, like, I'm voting for a potato Anything. It's just, I'll take anything but Joe Biden. Like, I'm not going to commit to anything, but I know I don't want that guy.
Yeah, but why does that mean a Republican should get to vote in their primary?
If they just gave the nominee to Trump, then a bunch of Republicans that are going to go vote could vote in the Democratic primaries as uncommitted. And maybe if Biden were to lose Texas to nothing, if it was uncommitted 60, Biden 40, because right now the Democrats turnout is nothing. Like in New Hampshire,
well, because you don't need to vote. There's nobody else on the ballot.
There is. Why? Like there could be. They killed RFK. They cast him out of the party.
Biden is their best candidate.
And young people are very pro-Hamas. They're very pro-Palestine. So, like in Michigan, there's a heavy, not Muslim, Arab
Muslim,
population in some of their major cities. So they managed to get 100,000 votes. Do you know how many votes Biden won Michigan by?
16%.
13,000.
Oh, okay.
100,000 people voted uncommitted. If they vote RFK, Trump wins.
Yeah, Michigan is definitely purple.
PA is going to be a similar one.
Yeah,
but we're not on Super Tuesday. Super Tuesday is majority conservative states. And then when you look at the map, there's like, it's over half.
I still don't understand why Republicans should just be allowed to vote on the Democrat side. I think you got to go switch parties like I did.
I was about to. I was going to be the Republican.
I'm in the Democrat party right now.
I would love to have an interstate panel
vote for Biden,
where we could discuss different, because each state's voting models, that's what's so tough about organizing this.
Yeah.
Is if you want to do third party,
right,
you got to be ready. Like, that's why Nikki Haley running this right now. Okay, you're going to run ads in 20 states. Mm-hmm. You're going to have ground patrol getting your delegates in 20 different states. You're done.
Well, that's
you lost. So you're down 110 to 17. That would be the football score. You're sitting at the game and you're looking at Donald Trump at 100 and Nikki Haley at 14 points.
You know, but I read a good column in today's paper about this though, actually, because he was saying it's still worth it for Nikki Haley to stay in the race because now more than ever there's a case that the number one leading horse in this race, Donald Trump, goes down for some strange reason. Could be something bizarre, could be health related, could be legal troubles, which is very likely. So
there's gonna be notes underneath the video.
That's why
we're not. Alec is claiming.
That's why
there's people kill. No. We don't know anyone's gonna kill anyone. They only did that during RFK or JFK.
I'm not saying he's gonna die.
And RFK Jr.
But he might actually be put in jail. Like we might have a president elected from jail.
What do you think society looks like the day they put?
What are they putting
Donald Trump?
What are they putting him in jail for?
Inflating business value, I think.
That's not even
I believe he's on trial for a couple of different things.
That's like a civil case or whatever. It's like a fine.
The worst part is
he's facing jail time.
As absurd of an answer as that is,
it's not absurd. It's the truth. It's fact. It's not. I'm not having an opinion with this.
I guess
these are things that are actually happening. So you can laugh about them, but we're just at the end of the day reporting the news. So
when I say it's absurd, I'm more saying that I think the culture we would have in this country, if they were to do something like that, if you were to see Trump put in orange jumpsuit, legs shackled, hands behind his back at 70, 88, 87. I don't know how old he is. He's old. What are you doing? You're treating him like Al Capone. And I joke so many times saying that. Well, Trump, quit saying you're like Al Capone. Mm-hmm. 91 charges. Really, the one that got the best chance is taxes.
Yeah, that was another one.
And it's like, of all the things to take him down on,
tax evasion from a president.
That's where
president.
I guess I like having Kennedy in the race, in the position that he's in.
Yeah, but
I'll vote for Kennedy.
Yes, if they're going to kill Trump like this.
But the primary...
if Kennedy says he'll pardon him, make Tulsi Gabbard his VP.
Yeah,
okay, but we're throttled.
The train has left the station for that to happen, I would say, at this point. So,
what do you mean?
The primaries are underway.
Oh no, and he's currently trying to get signatures to get on the ballots on all 50 states. Like Trump is fighting one issue.
But they already started voting in some states. So is he going to enter the race? A third of the way
he doesn't have to run in a primary because he's third party.
Oh, he's trying to do as a third party.
Yes, he's just trying to get on the general election.
I see.
So right now you have on one hand Trump's battling or where you let a felon run on the presidential ticket, and I think Illinois just today said he can't be on the ballot. There's like 6 or 7 states. Colorado started it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Supreme Court case.
Maine, yeah.
Can you...
Wait, so Trump can't? Or
they're not putting him on the ballot.
No way.
And that's why in the primaries, they're running these kind of uncommitted...
No
but
way.
Nikki Haley being in is important because it's forcing Trump to waste money on trying to finagle all these stupid little state specifications.
So he's a felon?
Potentially.
Trump? Yeah, you saw his mugshot?
Potentially.
But I didn't, he's charged then.
And he's been indicted for 81, 91.
Oh, on the...
He owes I think the newest something this week, he owes like $840 million for like sexual assault and undervaluing his property.
But yeah, it's basically
the property one that was crazy though. Didn't they say that it was... What was the value? 18?
Multiple people have gone out and said they would gladly buy the property for what the judge is saying.
Like they would buy multiples of them.
Yes, it is a clear undervaluation, but it's subjective. You know that with property now.
That's what I'm surprised.
It's like when you own something, you come out and say it's as much as you think it is.
Yeah, I think the bigger deal was he lied to the lenders. You know,
they didn't.
The lenders do
they didn't complain though.
They're not even mad.
Yeah, but it's just that they do their due diligence to the full extent of the law or whatever.
That's their job. If they did it, they did it. If they failed it,
no, it's what I think. It's the Democrats are
That's
throwing
what
everything they got
about.
at Trump right now, so they're just.
Unless there's something I don't understand about
it's
that.
another headline. It's another negative headline. But I've said this from the beginning. Donald Trump thrives on this kind of stuff because he just likes the any press is good press thing.
I feel like if he goes,
so he's probably like, bring the lawsuits on. I'll be in the news, every day.
There's an argument that it's both. Like I would say personally, it makes me more likely to vote for him.
If he ends
right
up
now,
in
as someone who would be on the fence,
I'd probably vote
You've made that point obvious. Yeah.
I sympathize. Like I don't.
Oh, he sympathizes with a lot of Americans. I mean, that's why.
If you could do this to him, you can do this to anybody.
Yeah.
You can if you really want to break back the books and
they seem like very trumped up charges. That's the problem because they don't seem like genuine.
It turns him into a rapper.
Right.
It turns him. We're getting to P Diddy. On the next section.
And then it makes you wonder, why were they just letting him do whatever? If he was doing all this bad stuff, why were they just letting him do that?
Until this age. All of a sudden, this is when he has become a menace to society.
After he becomes president, now suddenly they don't want to let him do it
because the profile's higher. It's a bigger kill. It's a bigger. But
still, like, why were we letting him go? So that means there's all these other people out there that just letting go then.
Yeah, I mean, right? I think that's actually one of the... We always say there's too much, people suing each other going on. And it's like that's the bigger you get and the richer you get, the more attention you draw to yourself, the more susceptible you become to this kind of stuff. So I'm not saying it's fair. I really am not. That it's just, I actually think Trump's been dealt bad hand all the way around here. But still don't.
Last comment you want me to make?
We'll see how it goes.
I think it seems like an obvious. To me, it's like an obvious shot from like the powers that be. The ones that controlling.
They're going to throw everything they got at them, because that's just how it goes. Yeah. So, all right, let's wrap it up.
It's kind of scary because it just means that there's like a group of people controlling everything that are just unelected. They just have the power. They're
coming soon.
Like people get elected, then hire people that are elected.
Me and you are going to put this out, and we're going to enlighten Alec. We're going to talk about the fourth estate.
Oh, yeah.
Is we have a first, second, and third estate referring to the 3 branches of government. The legislative, executive, judiciary.
Yeah.
There was a fourth state that is our national intelligence organization.
The newspapers.
Some people call it the military-industrial complex.
I call newspapers that sometimes.
Propaganda. Whatever you look at
definitely.
it is if there is an organization that is not elected by the American people in any way that seem to be running the country. So we're going to try and expose that. Part of that, the RNC chair, Ronna McDaniels, she's stepping down. I think that's important news to make because she is Mitt Romney's niece.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a sister's
What
daughter.
about P. Diddy?
We're going to wait on P. Diddy. There's a whole different thing on that.
More teasers.
We're sticking strictly politics because Mitch McConnell also stepped down.
I saw that.
And there's going to be
a
debate.
He's dead finally?
Mm-hmm. Who's the guy behind him?
It's very interesting because his wife was in charge of the Department of Transportation under Trump.
Nice.
And we had some fentanyl transportation issues, and we had some Hunter-China issues that...
all relate.
I don't know. I got to get through Hunter's 250, 60 something.
Let us know how that goes, Greg. Let us know how that goes.
If I make it through it. That's one of those, it's like, it's tough to spend more than a couple hours.
Are they letting us know what's wrong with Mitch McConnell?
No, he gave actually, like, if you watched it, it was like an 8-minute speech. If you watched it at times 4, he sounds coherent. 4. But if you listen at that speed, it wasn't that bad. It was one of those, it's like, it actually, to me, what it seemed to Q...
It's because it's over so quick.
No, exactly. It only took like 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
It was like 2.5 minutes to get through it, and he sounded smart. When you play it at that speed, it's like he's talking quick. It's like, okay. Mitch is on point.
But when he freezes up, what is that?
But it didn't happen. This was...
Yeah, but when that happens, like, what is that? That has to be something. Is that a vaccine side effect? That's when it started happening?
It's been happening for more than 6 years. And Mitch McConnell is the longest person to ever serve as a speaker of any position in the House, whether it's Senate or the House of Representatives. No one has survived. He was like 18 years.
Yeah.
And no one has ever managed to do that before. So in that sense, Mitch is kind of a legend. He was a bit of a poker player.
Oh, he's been around forever.
He's obviously deteriorating in his final years. With his speech, I didn't save it because Craig doesn't let me play sped up video.
Just slow it down and record.
No, because you'll sleep. I don't want everyone to go to bed. We're gonna have another episode coming out.
Easy.
Yeah, I don't. Mitch, it's tough. Like I was sleeping as I was listening to it.
About time to wrap this up.
The message was he recognizes he's too old and this is a young man's game.
Yeah.
And everyone else should follow suit.
Joe Biden should.
Joe Biden. I'm stepping down. You step down. Chuck steps down, and we all maintain our dignity. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of scandals. A lot of people are tying us to a lot of stuff. This is a convenient time to let.
It's weird though that
we have the young guns. We have Hakeem Jeffries.
Why do they want to stay in office for so long? Why do they not ever step down? That is like the strangest thing to me. I mean, I guess it's just power. They just want it.
Yeah.
Why? You're like 80. Like,
why would if they were living in Britain? We'd have kings, and you'd pass your business, your kingdom down to your son. Right now, a lot of these people that are leading, their kids are incompetent. And democratically, they can't just say, hey, vote for my kid. Like, hey, vote for Hunter. Mm-hmm. This is the heir to Joe Biden. And it's like, oh, God, I'm not voting for that kid. And it's like we could pick anybody else in the
what if
anybody else?
What if
Nancy Pelosi? You're gonna line up her kids.
Greg, what would
Chelsea Clinton?
What would you do if Hunter Biden somehow ended up president in like 12 years from now or something?
A teaser. We'll just throw it because
I'll do a call.
We'll start the next episode. Hunter Biden is 2023 person of the year. He has survived 4 years in the presidency. Mm-hmm. He is 3 days away from locking in the nomination of his father. He can just live in Malibu, go down to the beach, do coke, call hookers. Anytime he wants, he just lives the life.
There you go.
And untouchable. You can't even fly a drone over his place.
P. Diddy.
He's P. Diddy successful. P. Diddy's failed. P. Diddy's the loser of the year. We're getting to P. Diddy as people that, if they're still alive, they're on Epstein watch. Mm. My question is, how much dirt does P. Diddy have on people? Mm-hmm. Is it Usher? Meek Mill? Obama?
Eminem?
He did songs with everybody. Everybody. How deep does this?
How does it go?
How far does this whole go? I don't know.